is Markio. I'm the Citizen Science Coordinator at Barataria Preserve, and today we're out at Couturier Forest at City Park, and I'm lucky enough to be with Dr. Aimee Thomas of Loyola University, and she's going to tell us a little bit what we're going to do today.
All right, good morning. I'm an assistant professor at Loyola, and I'm a biologist, I'm an ecologist, I'm a natural history scientist, and I like to find critters. It's what we do in my lab, it's what I do in my classes. We try to find them and we try to make sense of them and understand them and learn their natural history, which means we learn their names, their habitat, how long they live, how they reproduce, those kinds of characteristics about them, and then we try to understand how they fit into the environment. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how you can use an urban landscape like New Orleans City Park or your backyard or anywhere really to learn. And so it's using this urban landscape as a learning lab. So one of the things that you need to do in order to be effective at this is to have some equipment. And even if you just have your hands and some long pants to protect you from biting insects in the summer, that's all you need. But in addition, if you could have some things, it would make your experience better. For instance, if you're going to walk in the mud, sometimes it's nice to have rain boots, and so as a New Orleanian, most people have their own rain boots to protect them from our rising waters. You need a container, any Tupperware that you get that's left over from food that you've bought, or just something that has a lid where you can put a critter in it and then you can study it without having to touch it, or pull off a leg or anything like that.
We don't want to do that.
Awesome.
We can.
And then to see it up close is always better. And so some kind of magnifying lens. Scientists call these loops, and so it's a great way, and we'll show you how to effectively use it today, to be able to see something up close and really learn its characteristics. Other things that you would need are some ways to help you identify the critters. So we're going to use definitely some technology, but good old books, always a good plan. So one of the books that I'm going to carry with me today is this Insects and Other Arthropods of Tropical America, which includes critters that we would find here. Another really great book is one that's local in Louisiana, Butterflies of Louisiana. So great guide to identify butterflies in your backyard. It's always great to have a backpack with water so that you can stay hydrated, a snack like a banana or something, and just a place to store all your gear. We're also going to have fun GoPros so that we can show you what we're doing today. So if you have a camera or a phone that has a camera, that's always great too, so you can capture video and pictures of your critters.
All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get started, but since it's COVID season, I guess you could say, we're going to mask up and stay 6 feet apart as much as we can. That way we're safe. All right, you ready to go? Let's go do this.
Awesome.
Which is it's in the stink bug group. I haven't ever done a hike with a mask on. Yep, there you go. It's a good little critter.
Ooh, look at that.
So that is one of the true bugs, which is an order, a family of, nope, it's an order. Get my verbiage right here. It's an order of insects that is identified characteristically by this triangle shape on its back. And so the order name is Hemiptera. And the fun thing to break that down is hemi means semi or half, and ptera is wing, like a pterodactyl means wing. And so it means half wing, and that's what makes that triangle shape. So that's a kind of a combination of form and function right there, which is pretty cool. So stink bugs, the insects that cause Chagas disease, that's a fun one to look up, which those are triatomes. And then any of the insects that look like this, which we have a lot of these species around here. Cool. And I saw a leaf-footed bug up here, but it has escaped me, which is a good one to find too. This is fun too. It's not an insect, but do you know what that is?
Looks like poop.
It is poop. And the cool thing about it is you can tell it's reptile poop because the uric acid comes out separately and is that white color.
Look at that poop.
So it's some kind of reptile, probably a gecko or another type of lizard.
Cool.
We should be able to find different stages of an insect's life. So we might be able to find some eggs, some larvae, pupae, and adults if our timing is right.
Who's this guy?
We just have to kind of look around. Oh, cool. So this is a, let me look at its back and show it to you. Notice the inverted triangle again.
Oh, look at that.
So this is another member of that same order, the hemipterans. And this is called a milkweed bug.
Is he on the right plant?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're called that because they're often found on there, but they don't just crawl around on that. It's not that they're eating this. This is just where they're hanging out. So what they're doing is they're just searching for anything they can to eat. They're generalists, and they're just trying to find some food and not get eaten themselves. If you look at it from the side, you can see its mouth part is it's called a beak, and it comes down like this, and they use it to insert into their prey. And whether their prey in this whole family, I'm just generically speaking about this order of insects, whether their prey is another animal or a plant, they would use that beak as a piercing tool, almost like a needle, to put into something, and then they would suck out the juices, whether it's of another insect or of a plant or whatever it is, or us, could be, but you can really see it.
Wow.
And you look at it from the side, and it's dragging it.
Yeah,
around.
it's very long.
Yep. So that is their sucking, piercing mouth part.
And that's what makes
One of the things that's really neat, if you're training to be a naturalist, is to know what to look for, to know where to look for it, and to just identify or find things that stand out, that look different. So when you're peering up here, you can see some dead leaves. And often dead leaves are dead because it's just their time. But often it's an insect or a spider that has taken that leaf and has kept it attached, but has made it die to use it for a habitat. This is an insect known as a hopper. It's a closely related species to the true bugs that we saw. It's a group called the homopterans, and all the hoppers, so the plant hoppers, the tree hoppers, are in that group. So you'll often see this species right here on trees and on plants at this time of the year, and often they're still. They're not moving at all because they're relying on their camouflage and the fact that they look exactly like the plant that they're on to protect themselves. But when they are scared, when they're startled, or they feel like they need to get away, they will hop, which is why they're called the hoppers. And by hopping, I mean they're really just flying, but it's a flight that's a quick hop from place to place.
Boop, there it
Just
goes.
like that, exactly. So if you look closely at the plant, you can see some of the seeds and different parts of it that look similar to that. So when I collected it, it was really close to one of these seeds. So it camouflages very well.
Is this another one?
Yep. Let's see. Yep, you saw it. Popped right over here.
Yeah. Really good camo on that one.
Yep. So you'll see them all different colors, sizes. Here we tend to have really small species. The more you go into the tropics, the bigger they get. Y'all can do with your technology is to download an app that from the App Store that is free, and it's called Seek. So S-E-E-K. It's Seek by iNaturalist. iNaturalist is a great citizen science source for putting pictures and video of critters that you find and getting help with identifying them, but also leaving a record of where you captured them and when, which is pretty cool. So if you come up to a plant like this one or any kind of critter that's out there and you're not sure what the name of it is, but you want to know so you can learn more about it, you can turn your Seek app on and you click the camera and you walk up to it and you don't do anything, you just kind of get it in focus as best you can, and you pay attention because it tells you that it can get the critter down, in this case a plant, to species level, which is the lowest taxonomic level of any organism. So there's only one organism in the entire world that is this species, and so sometimes it doesn't work that effectively, but this time it did. So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to take a picture of it once I get it better in focus, and then it records this and it tells me that I've observed a new species for me. Even though I've seen it before, I haven't recorded it in Seek. So this species of plant is called coral honeysuckle, and it's been added to my observations, and then I can view more information about it, including the picture that I took, and it tells me its scientific name, it tells me that it's native to our area, that when I observed it, and then just some information about it, just a brief introduction to it from Wikipedia, and then it shows me the range map if I want to find out where you can actually find it around here, and then its full taxonomic breakdown and how many other naturalists observed it using this iNaturalist app, and then using it worldwide. So that's pretty cool. Also when it hits its peak in its season, and then some similar species. So a really good tool to use for free, and you can do this around your house anytime. One of the things you can do with the net, if you have an area in your yard that has some plants that don't have you know, the hooks or the thorns on them, is you can just take a net like this, even the nets that you use at the beach to catch the crabs and stuff, you can do what's called a sweep. And you just kind of do this on your plant, and sometimes you get some really cool insects. Oh, or a frog. There's a frog right here.
Oh.
We'll catch that in a second, hopefully. But let's see. So then what you can do after you sweep it is you pull it up carefully, your net, and you see if you've caught anything. And this time it looks like we didn't get anything, so that's our challenge and our quest to try again. And you get better and better at this the more you do, but also it's dependent on where you are and what time of the season, what critters are there. All right, and this time, whoops, one just flew out, so you gotta be careful of that. You also have to be careful that you don't catch something that might sting you through here, but there's all these little critters that are flying out. They're tiny, 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 and if I really wanted to collect them, see that one? I would put a jar up here, and I would put them in my jar first. But I'm just trying to see who's in here and see what critters are on the grasses and these different plants. Got a lot of seeds in there. I'm going to release the seeds, and a lot of really small flying insects that are flying out as I look. All right, let's see if we can catch this frog. And look at it. Because as naturalists, we don't just love one critter. We love them all, right? So let's see. All right. So with frogs, let me get my jar. One of the things you have to do, like with all critters, is know the characteristics that you're looking for. So one of the things that when we just collected this, it was perfectly blended in with the plant that it was on. It was on that American beautyberry, and so you can look here, and the things that stand out are that white stripe on its side. See if we can look in here. It's a very small frog, so it's probably a juvenile. But the other thing we have to do, because there are 2 species in Louisiana that have that white lateral stripe, is we would want to look at its legs. And we would want to look at its hind legs and see any kind of coloration that is there. So we have to be very gentle with this. The other thing is I'm not wearing any bug spray, because if I had bug spray on, it would be detrimental to this amphibian, because amphibians not only breathe with lungs in this case, but also they can breathe through their skin. So because it's so small, I'm going to carefully hold it like this, and then I'm going to pull its leg out. Do you see any color on the back of its leg?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. And the fact that this white stripe goes from its nostril right there to the back of its side all the way to its leg, that tells me that this is our state amphibian, Hyla cinerea, the green tree frog. And you are adorable. So we're going to put you back where we found you. One of the ways you identify spiders is from their webs. And this one, there's just no symmetry at all. So this is how you know it's the cobweb weaver. So like the black widows and that, the house spiders and all that. But the cool thing is that some of the species do this intentionally. They put a little bit of the debris right there, and they hide behind it. So sometimes, yep, there she is. So she is right behind this bigger leaf that's in here. And if you look at it from where I'm standing, trade places, you can see the spider. And so that's just an extra layer of protection for her. You see her?
Oh yeah, there she
is. Yep. So that is a house spider, one of the cobweb weavers.
Thank you everybody for joining us today, and Dr. Aimee Thomas of Loyola University for exploring Couturier Forest with us at City Park.
Awesome. So hopefully you learned something, and more importantly than just learning some of the critters that we showed you, I'm hoping that you learned some of the skills that you need to be a very good naturalist. And so you can practice these right now in your urban environment, around your house, just around your yard, and then eventually when you can venture out to a Couturier Forest in City Park, or even better, the Coquille Trail or another trail at John Lafitte National Park Barataria Unit, you can apply all those skills that you've learned. You can use your new iNaturalist app, your new Seek app. You can take your loop and you can learn about all the critters that are in our landscapes around here. So happy hunting, happy naturalisting, and have a great summer.